Those numbers actually don't look fantastic, do they? And hello, welcome to day 20 of State of Emergency here in Lisbon. It's another drizzly, fairly grey day with occasional sunnier moments. So it's actually not cold though, and I'm even feeling a bit too warm here. Hopefully I'll be able to go for a longer walk today because it's excuse me for combing my hair with my pen. It's not raining. So yes, so this morning I was looking forward to reading more about Boris Johnson because last night news came in that he had been admitted to intensive care. So we knew that he was in hospital since Sunday night, but then last night, Monday, we were told that he'd been admitted to intensive care, but apparently he wasn't attached to a ventilator and he was still conscious. But when I read that, I thought, oh gosh, you know, what's happening? Because it really hits home, doesn't it? When you see a public figure, and he was such a vital sort of larger than life personality, he is still alive. And you suddenly think, oh wow, he's in intensive care. So that was pretty shocking. So about 2 hours ago, I managed to, I searched for news and I found news that he spent a stable night. He's actually still not attached to a ventilator. He is still in intensive care. So pretty crazy times. So we're all thinking of him and everyone else who's in hospital at the moment. Just so you know, Boris Johnson, British PM, you won't be seeing this video until a few weeks from now. In fact, no one else will see this video either because I can't upload any of my videos that I have created so far. And with this one, it's 20 videos that I have created so far. I have failed to upload any of them because the internet capacity is probably just so overburdened that I can't upload any of them. But maybe it's just as well because yesterday I spent some of my free time editing video number 1 because I decided to include an introduction to an intro, a general intro. So I went on to iMovie, which is the app on my Mac that I use to edit my movies. And I created this fancy dancy introduction. Intro. I think it's too long for an intro. Anyway, see what you think. By now, you will have seen it because I will inject it into all the other videos that I've done, and that's one of the advantages, I guess, of having failed to upload any of my videos. I can still go back and edit them. Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Isabel. I hope you're enjoying this series of videos I filmed in Lisbon. I am now back in Australia, as you can probably guess. Yes, I made it back home, but not without lots of adventures along the way, including my 2 weeks in hotel quarantine in Melbourne after I got back to Australia, which I also filmed. So be sure to subscribe and come back and watch those videos as I upload them. So take care and see you next time. Maybe I'll create other introductions and experiment a bit more, because it's an enjoyable occupation. And also I do actually want to experiment and see which one is more effective. I have a feeling they're all going to be a bit long if they're about a minute. That's a bit long for an introduction. It's okay for a trailer. Yeah, introductions are usually, you know, someone dancing and a logo comes up. Oh gosh, well, people across the way, the workmen have been they're still at work, making a lot of noise today, which is good to see. They've even laid some roof tiles, which is excellent. Because I've been looking forward to that. I can't wait to see the roof finished. And numbers for Portugal have come in. So let me see. So Portugal numbers for today are 12,442 confirmed cases in total, with 345 deaths, which is 34 more than yesterday. So those numbers actually don't look fantastic, do they? And it's about 6% rise in numbers. So I don't think there's a flattening of the curve happening, or if there is, it's just very subtle. It's a bit of a worry. Queensland numbers are looking much, much better in comparison. I do know that Queensland doesn't have the same population as Portugal, much fewer people. But still, their numbers are 934 cases. So that's looking good for them. So, apologies for looking up my nostrils, but I'm just looking at this graph that's provided by the Australian newspaper Courier Mail. And here you can see Australia's confirmed cases, which so far today 5,886 total, and a total of 46 deaths. But I was looking at this this morning, and I just can't help but be stunned by these figures. So this is the US. Look at how many cases they've got. 10,989 deaths so far. But then look at Spain, which is absolutely crazy. It's now the second country with most cases, 136,000 cases plus. But look at this, 13,000 deaths, more than 13,000 deaths, whereas look at all these cases, and US has 10,000, well, almost 11,000 deaths, but US with so many more cases, like 3 times as many number of cases, manages to have a lot less deaths, or a substantial amount of deaths, less deaths. And it just makes you think, doesn't it, that Spain isn't testing enough people, because they would probably look, if they'd done enough tests, their column would probably look greater than the US's, which is just really scary, especially considering that today's numbers for Portugal are not very good. I don't think the curve is flattening at all in Portugal. I know that they've closed the border with Spain, but you sort of wonder how effective that is. It's a very porous border, because it's not a natural border with a river or anything. It's just basically a division, almost an arbitrary division between countries, our border between that we share with Spain. So it's just crazy. And look at Germany, they're doing really well. They've got almost as many cases as, no, not really, as I was going to say as many as Spain, not really. But look, what am I doing? No, that's Germany. Only 100 and, wait, no, more than 100. No, yeah, almost 2,000 deaths, yeah. So Portugal doesn't enter here in this graph, thank goodness, yet. And yeah, I'm just looking at these guys here, and Italy. For a while there, Italy was just crazy stations, wasn't it? And look at those deaths. Oh yeah, Italy has more deaths than Spain, so it's an even crazier. It's an even crazier situation than Spain, I guess. I'm pretty sure they're not testing enough people in Italy. You do wonder what they're doing. I guess they are so overwhelmed just taking care of the people who are sick in hospital. Anyway, so yes, so this morning I've spent some time reading up on Zoom, the conference video call application that we're all probably trying to learn right about now, because my writers group in Australia wants to have a virtual meeting, which would be fantastic. And also my student group, the one I teach in Australia and the course I cancelled, they're actually return students. They keep enrolling in my course. I can't beat them back with sticks. And anyway, they also want to organize a Zoom virtual meeting, so that could be fun. And I think what I'll do next is I'll show you a plate. So this is the plate I wanted to show you. It's a decorative plate. I usually have it standing on the other shelf, but I put it here so I can show you better. It shows a view of Lisbon, and if you've been paying attention to my videos, especially the one yesterday where I showed you the satellite view of my neighborhood, you will recognize my building right here. Now you can see it's got a blue roof in this picture, because about 10 years ago that was the color of the roof, and then it was painted. I was a bit sorry that they painted it grey. It's now grey instead of that nice blue. It really stood out before, the blue roof, and it doesn't anymore. Anyway, this thing that I've stuck here, that's for guests. That's actually our windows, or yeah. That's the windows there. That's those two windows. Did I just make you dizzy? Probably. That's those two windows. Oh no, sorry. Where am I? Those two windows. And this one is the little room's window. And see how at the front there's no building. That's because this picture was created before they built up this building here. I explained that in yesterday's video, because in a satellite you can also see that this building hadn't been built. And that's what they're doing now. They're building up this building. Anyway, this beautiful plate I bought, I don't know, a few years ago, when I realized that my building was in a picture, even though the castle on the hill there is a very common vista that's photographed and so on. This particular view, which I'm pretty sure was taken from the rooftop of Hotel Mundial, which is a hotel in Martim. This is not a very common view of Lisbon, and so very often I don't see my building in postcards or anything. So when I saw it, I grabbed it. It's a very famous brand of China. Vista, can you see it? Vista Alegre. And it's from a collection called Alma de Lisboa, so that means Soul of Lisbon. And the name of the artist, Beatriz Amana or Lamana. That's interesting. That doesn't sound like a Portuguese surname. I have another plate just like this one in Australia, where I see it all the time. It's actually on the wall in my kitchen. Talking of my family, by the way, they're well. I'm happy to report they're all well and feeling fine. My youngest is feeling a little bit overwhelmed with university work. She's doing it all online, but a lot of the assignments are due soon, so I just know that it will be a bit hectic for her, and I just wish I was there because I like to be supporting her and cheering her on. But anyway, can't have everything. No one has everything at the moment, do they? So anyway, that will be everything for today. I'll go for a long walk and I'll post the footage at the end of this video. But as far as me talking, this is probably it. So see you tomorrow. Take care. Stay well. Stay indoors. Bye-bye.